Barcelona are crowned Copa del Rey champions as they defeat Real Madrid 3-2 in overtime. What a crazy match that we just saw, bro. I just saw Rudiger throw ice at a ref. I've seen a blackout watching this stream here in the U.S. Let me know down below if you had a blackout, if your stream went out for a minute. I see Ferran Torres score an incredible goal. I see Lamine Yamal make an incredible pass towards that goal, a comeback. Real Madrid coming back in the second half. Drama on display, a lot of physicality, a lot of crazy fouls, a lot of just weird, awkward moments. But it's El Clasico, bro. And it's El Clasico in a Copa del Rey final with Barca lifting the trophy.
Spanish entertainment at its finest. El Clasico, the Copa del Rey. And honestly, one of my favorite stadiums right now, La Cartuja.
Bro.
Beautiful. It's giving me Wembley vibes, but the Spanish version. And no matter what Madrid has thrown at Barcelona this year, it hasn't worked. Barcelona in extra time. Jules Koundé with a banger from outside the box. Miscommunication between Modric and Brahim Diaz, giving Barcelona the third goal to say, we're done with you, Madrid. We're the best team in Spain, and there's nothing you can do to stop us.
I was thinking about it, bro. I mean, we started this podcast on November 4th, 2021. Is this the lowest point Real Madrid has reached throughout our podcast history?
I think so, man. And when you look at the antics that happened at the end of the game, I think they're realizing that too, because it's just pure frustration. It's desperation.
It's entitlement, man.
It's a lot of things, bro. And if Mbappe doesn't come on in the second half, we don't get a game. Like, we just don't get a game. He was the only player offensively who showed any sort of verve, energy on the offensive side of things. Vinicius, man, off. Actually, let me extend that to the rest of Madrid's offense outside of Mbappe. I think it was back in September when we first said Madrid looks off.
Weird.
And they've been looking weird all season. Champions League group phase, they looked weird. They looked unconvincing in Champions League knockout stage. They get destroyed by Arsenal a couple weeks ago. And now here they are in the Copa del Rey, giving their absolute best, but it's just still not enough. When they could have salvaged their season here. They could have really salvaged it because, yes, the league is still technically on, but for me, this was also a symbolic loss of the league for Madrid. Yeah. Because they still have to play Barcelona again. It's not going to matter, even if they win that match. I just don't even see it happening. Barcelona at least get the draw in the next El Clasico that's going to happen. I think this was it for Madrid. This was their only chance, and they still couldn't do it. But Barcelona, an amazing performance, especially in that first half, 11 out of 10. Credit to Madrid, credit to Mbappe in that second half to make it a game. But Barcelona stayed strong even when it got a little hairy. And again, Koundé with a crazy goal, his first El Clasico goal in his career.
Yeah, I think this game really represented the new age Barcelona that we're going to see for the following month, and that's been building this entire season. With that first half, it was complete domination, and honestly, I was a bit disappointed to leave that first half only up a goal, dude. I think Barca should have been up 2 or 3, and it's the reason why things got shaky in that second half, because Real Madrid was able to impose themselves, get on the ball more, and it did represent a little bit of that concern I do have with Barcelona, where they can sometimes lose their focus, sometimes fall short, and Real Madrid got back into the game, scoring 2 back-to-back goals. But I had this assurance, I had this confidence that with 15 minutes left in the game, with adversity, with the final and a trophy on the line against your biggest rival, that Barcelona would at the very least generate the offensive opportunities needed to get back into this game, because that's what they offer. That's what they're best at, is their offensive creation. And I mean, dude, it came through Lamine Yamal's beautiful pass up to Ferran Torres. And to me, despite Koundé's incredible goal, that was the game-defining moment, was making a play that big in a moment of that magnitude from your one and only Lamine Yamal, one of the greatest wingers right now, sending a beautiful ball over to Ferran Torres, who then controlled it very well in a composed finish. What an evolution for Ferran Torres specifically to make it 2-2, a complete momentum shift back towards Barcelona. And I think it just I got the sentiment that from that point on, I was more confident in Barcelona getting the result than I was with Real Madrid. It's because Barcelona can generate that offense, but then is also just filled with, big game players that want to win, dude. And we saw that on display with Koundé closing it off.
Yeah, it's a great point, because I had the same sentiment too. Barcelona, I've never been more assured that they can come back in a game against this Madrid. And it happened. Just almost like clockwork. This Barcelona team will not die against Madrid. They're the best team in Spain, and I think it shows today, even when Madrid gave their best performance that they could have in that second half. But dude, talk about Lamine Yamal. Oh my God, what a ball. What a ball. Ridiculous, dude. I can watch that assist all day long.
Yeah.
Perfect angle. It's so tight, the path that he has to set for Torres, and it lands right in front of Torres. It's a perfect ball, but he also gets the assist in the first goal as well. He is the most impactful player for Barcelona, and it's just for me, he's top 2 player right now offensively in the world.
Yeah, and then, I mean, Pedri scoring that first goal, his whole evolution, this whole season that he's been having has been incredible, and that goal was ridiculous as well, man. It was ridiculous putting it on the play from Lamine Yamal, but then top left corner, I mean, that was just a ridiculous goal. I wanted to highlight that. And then Rafinha with the penalty antics at the end, man, got my ass. I thought that was a clear pen when I first saw it.
I thought it was so clear. I was actually pissed that they were going to VAR because I was like, there's no way that this isn't a pen. And when I re-saw it, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, I actually applauded Rafinha with one of the most convincing dives I've ever seen. And you know, it's crazy. I was surprised that it was a penalty initially because Asensio doesn't make mistakes. He doesn't make mistakes.
Uncharacteristic like that.
It would have been uncharacteristic, and it turns out he didn't make a mistake.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, good. Asensio is a good defender.
The flop in Dior goes to Rafinha for sure. This whole season, one of the best sells I've ever seen. And then what did you make of just, the turnout, the turmoil that we saw? I mean, Real Madrid just was completely all over the pitch emotionally. Obviously, there's been a narrative with the refs. Did you hear about that prior going into this game? Did you hear about what happened?
Yeah.
With the referee, I don't know his name. Do you know his name?
I actually don't. Benguechea.
How are you not sure if you don't know that name?
It just came to me real quick.
He had held a press conference, I think a couple days ago, where I don't know why that conference was held. I think it was for FIFA or something. And in the conference, he spoke about how his child gets bullied at school because he's a ref and he's made controversial calls. And Madrid fans have said shit to their sons. And he starts crying in the process of it. Madrid sees this video of him at this press conference crying and then suddenly takes it upon themselves to decide that they don't want to play this match.
Yeah.
They don't want to play it. They want a different referee for this match. They don't like that there's an emotional referee that to them displayed signs of bias going into this game. Right. And so from the get-go, before the game even kicks off, we have drama regarding Real Madrid and the refs. And I feel like that narrative was just at the foundation of this game, bro. With every call, you could feel a little bit more anger from Real Madrid towards the refs, ultimately boiling up to what we saw at the very end, Rudiger throwing ice.
Yeah, it got honestly out of hand. Like, you don't like to see it. Rudiger looked possessed. It doesn't need to be this way, especially when at the end of the day, they have the ref to thank for going to VAR and not giving the penalty to Asensio.
For real.
And it was the right call, and it was a big one. So for me, the ref had moments where he maybe could have been more stern in his control of the game, but overall, I thought he made the right calls. Yes, the last call is annoying. Mbappe with 30 seconds left. Yeah. It's very, very annoying. I completely get it, but I thought the ref had a decent performance.
You see what Atletico Madrid said? They released an official statement.
They say.
So Atletico Madrid released a statement, and all they said was this: "This is unbearable. Stop tarnishing the image of Spanish football."
Okay. Yeah, it's a bad look.
Yeah,
it's a bad look. I don't like to see it.
It's just like Atletico got a chance to shit on Real Madrid, and they just got a kick in. When a guy's already down, you just kick him a little bit more. Atletico just got involved for a quick second, and that was it.
It's shameful. It's shameful, bro. I hate to see it.
And we see it represented in the final scoreline. Barcelona wins 3-2. Folks, let me know, who's your man of the match today? Is it Lamine Yamal that wins the man of the match award after what he did, or is it a guy like Koundé stepping up? And I ain't seen him do that, bro. I've never seen a finish like that from Koundé.
That's the thing. I got to give it to Koundé because the game was going to penalties. Barcelona had a lot of the ball, but everyone was looking tired. Koundé says, "Let's not do this, boys. Let's not risk this. Let's not leave it to a lottery. Let's end it right here. Let's lift the Copa del Rey right here, right now. I got us." And he puts it away from 23 yards out. Incredible finish. Give it to Jules Koundé, man. Insane performance for Barcelona.
Yeah. Barcelona lifts their first trophy of the season here, a big one. And I think, if anything, this game just kind of showed me the blueprint for what will be Barcelona's potential future endeavors in the Champions League and in the league as well. If they go on to win the Champions League, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be in a game like this. It's going to be in a game where Barcelona shows insane offense, insane moments of brilliance, but then also some defensive concerns.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing that I've backed in our Champions League predictions, that I do think ultimately they'll be able to provide more offense to make up for the defense, but don't expect this Barca team to just completely shut out an opponent or be completely closed off, because they play these really back and forth, exciting games that make for great, entertaining stuff. But I think that's the blueprint for how they're going to go on to win more trophies this season, is what we saw today.
And for Madrid, man, they're going to have a really interesting offseason, because this is an insane squad from a personnel perspective. They're stacked, and they can't beat Barcelona. And if Barcelona is going in an upward trajectory, ending the season with a lot of silverware, they're only going to get stronger, I think, and more cohesive next season. I think it's going to be just as hard for Madrid next year. What has to change? Is it coaching? Is it getting more fullbacks? Is it getting better midfielders? Is it just rotating everybody the correct way? I don't know, but if I'm Ancelotti, or if I'm in charge of Madrid right now, I'm going to Vinicius and I'm saying, you need time off. Pay time off. Just get out. Don't even finish the rest of the season. Go home. This isn't a punishment. This is actually more for your mental health.
Obrigado.
Yeah, exactly.
Obrigado.
Go back home, enjoy the family. We're going to finish out the rest of the low key, don't even go to the Club World Cup.
Damn.
Low key, because Vinicius was not good today.
Yeah, he needs to reset this season, dude.
The season.
He hasn't been as clinical as
This
he
is
was last
not
year, man.
this is not the guy we saw last year. Not even close. And it's so frustrating to see, because, dude, last year, man, he was the best player in the world. Yeah. And it's just sad to see every time he gets on the ball, he's just a step slower. He's not as impactful. We saw several times today where he actually would get in good positions, but not know what to do. Give the wrong pass, or when he would shape up to shoot, the way we've seen him finish clinically in the past, he hits it very weakly. Something is completely off with Vinicius. He needs to take time away from the game, rediscover his love for the game, whatever it is, find his spirit. I don't know what it is. Maybe it really is just tiredness, but he needs to completely reset, come back strong next season, because Madrid are going to need him.
What do we do with Rodrigo, bro?
What do we do with Rodrigo? Yeah.
What do we do with Rodrigo, man?
Dude, honestly, kind of a similar narrative. He was so good last year, pairing up with Bellingham and Vinicius, but this year, he's coming off in the 60th minute,
Bro, routinely now.
Routinely. His impact is completely non-existent offensively for this team. It really is just Mbappe and then the defense. And it's not going to work next year. It's not. You're going to get the exact same outcome in the league, in the Champions League. There's a lot to fix with this Madrid side.
I know, and I do think about what is the fix. Obviously, people do highlight coaching as a big one, and I do think they need a change, more so for what it represents, a new energy, new ideas. That I'm fully on board with, but I'm not going to say that that's the immediate fix. I think it really is truly upon the players.
Yeah.
After what I saw today, especially. I mean, there's only so much Ancelotti can do. I think the players, kind of going to your point with Vinny, need a reset. They need to figure out things amongst themselves. They need to get their love back for the game. Maybe it's, I don't know, winner's fatigue, you could say, for how successful they've been in the past 3 years. And we're seeing them slow down this year. But I think it really is with the players individually, especially all the ones up top, that really need to look in the mirror and figure out a new way to approach this upcoming season, because I mean, you can't get much better, honestly, than what you already have with this Real Madrid team. There's little fixes you can make, like replacing Lucas Vazquez or getting Dani Carvajal back, for example, maybe improving the midfield. But offensively, you got the best names in world football when it comes to those positions. So I think it really is upon the person, the player themselves, and just leaving it up to see if they can take it upon themselves on like a prideful level to want to fight back against Barcelona, because there's no way that the city of Madrid is cool with Barcelona running you over the way they had this season, bro. It is so one-sided, the most one-sided I've seen it, if ever, man. Barca fans, and if we have any Madrid fans watching as well, let us know your thoughts down below. Celebrate if you're a Barca fan. Celebrate in the comment section. If you're a Madrid fan, let it all out down below. Let it all out down below. What needs to change? What fixes need to be made to improve this squad? Barca are Copa del Rey campeones. Their first trophy so far, but hopefully many more to come.